Today, I want to take you on a transformative journey, one that traces its origins back thousands of years with the Stoics, yet continues to hold immense relevance in our fast-paced modern world. In this journey, we'll explore how to master our emotions, particularly anger, and cultivate a life of tranquility, no matter the external challenges we face. But before we dive into this exploration, let me pose a question. How many times in the past week have you felt your blood pressure rise due to something someone said or did? How often have you found yourself lying awake at night, replaying an argument in your head, wishing you had responded differently? If you're like most people, the answer is probably all too often. In fact, a recent study by the American Psychological Association revealed that 84% of American adults experience heightened emotions, such as anger and stress, in their everyday lives. This emotional turmoil doesn't just impact our mental well-being, it also affects our physical health, our relationships, and our overall quality of life. Now, what if I told you there was a way out of this cycle? What if you could learn to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace, equanimity, and poise, remaining unshaken even in the face of adversity? This isn't just an idealistic dream, it's a reality that has been lived and taught by some of history's greatest thinkers. From Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome, to Epictetus, the former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, these individuals mastered their emotions and achieved inner peace. Today, I will share with you 7 practical methods, all rooted in Stoic philosophy, that can help you take control of your emotions and your inner world. These aren't abstract concepts. They are actionable insights you can start applying to your life immediately. Let's begin with the first method, embracing willingness. At the core of Stoicism lies a powerful principle, the wholehearted acceptance of whatever life throws our way. This doesn't mean that we have to like or agree with every situation. Instead, it's about facing life's challenges with a willing heart, without resistance. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless work Meditations, expressed this beautifully. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. This acceptance forms the foundation for breaking free from the vicious cycle of anger and frustration that many of us fall into. Let me illustrate this with a simple example: washing dishes. If you approach this mundane task with resistance and reluctance, every plate and fork will feel like a burden. But what if you chose to embrace it with a sense of gratitude and willingness? Suddenly, even this task becomes lighter, and the frustration melts away. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, put it this way: do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do, and your life will go well. This is the essence of willingness, not resisting life, but flowing with it. The beauty of this approach is that it can be applied to even the most unpleasant situations. For instance, imagine being stuck in traffic. If you spend the entire time fuming over the delay, your frustration only grows. But if you choose to view this situation as an opportunity to listen to your favorite podcast or reflect on your day, suddenly the tension dissipates. Now, you might be wondering, isn't this just passive acceptance? Should we really just surrender to everything life throws at us? The answer is no. Embracing willingness isn't about passively accepting our circumstances. It's about redefining our purpose and vision in life. Instead of chasing temporary goals like money or possessions, we can aim for a broader, more meaningful vision. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to create? A vision encompasses your entire life, making every action feel voluntary as you understand that everything, good or bad, contributes to your larger journey. This shift in perspective can be transformative. Think about the difference between doing something out of compulsion versus volunteering for it. When you're compelled to meet a work deadline, it often feels burdensome and tedious. But when you volunteer to help a friend or take on a cause out of goodwill, the task becomes fulfilling, even if it's challenging or unrewarding in material terms. The difference lies in your attitude. Voluntary actions stem from a sense of control, turning "I have to do this" into "I choose to do this." Applying this perspective to everyday life can be revolutionary. When someone says something offensive, you have two choices. You can let it dictate your emotions and react in anger, or you can view it as an opportunity to practice willingness. You can tell yourself, "This person is acting according to their nature, but I choose not to let it disturb mine." This mindset can be your key to mastering your emotions and achieving inner tranquility, no matter what life throws your way. It's essential to recognize that accepting life as it unfolds does not equate to abandoning your efforts to grow or improve your circumstances. Instead, this mindset acknowledges the distinction between what you can and cannot control. By doing so, you release the unnecessary burden of stress and anxiety over the uncontrollable and redirect your energy toward meaningful action. For instance, if you face criticism at work, view it as an opportunity for self-improvement rather than taking it personally. Your response, not the event itself, determines your peace of mind. Adopting this perspective is not an overnight transformation, but a gradual journey. Start small. Acknowledge your mistakes, treat challenges as lessons, and approach daily frustrations with grace. Over time, this mindset can help you build resilience, reducing susceptibility to anger and external disturbances. It empowers you with a profound inner strength that enables you to live life on your terms. Moving forward, releasing judgments. One of the most significant barriers to emotional tranquility is the habit of judging others. Have you ever considered why you feel irritation or anger towards someone? Often, it stems from the judgments we unconsciously form. How many times a day do you think, "This person is so annoying," or that one is completely untrustworthy? These judgments don't just impact the people we're criticizing, they weigh heavily on our own emotional well-being. In Stoic philosophy, letting go of judgment is a powerful method for freeing oneself from negative emotions. Humans naturally interpret the world through personal lenses. When someone's actions contradict our expectations, we label them. For example, if a driver in front of you is moving slowly, your initial thought might be, "They're so incompetent." But have you considered they might be a new driver, navigating cautiously, or perhaps transporting precious cargo like children? The reality is that external events don't dictate our emotions. It's the way we interpret them that holds power. Judging others places an unnecessary emotional burden on ourselves. Judgment is not just a fleeting thought, it's the root of anger and frustration. For instance, if a colleague frequently arrives late to work, and you assume they're lazy or irresponsible, this assumption will intensify your irritation over time. However, if you consider that they might be caring for a sick family member or dealing with personal challenges, your perspective softens. This doesn't mean you approve of their tardiness, but by releasing judgment, you free yourself from unnecessary negativity. The Stoics remind us that non-judgment is a path to clarity and peace. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless work Meditations, wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or trouble your soul about things you cannot control." People are complex, neither entirely good nor entirely bad. Their actions are often shaped by circumstances, emotions, and context. Reflect on a moment when you didn't act your best. Were you tired, stressed, or overwhelmed? Similarly, others' actions often stem from temporary states rather than fixed character traits. A person's seemingly flawed behavior under stress may not reflect who they are at their core. For example, imagine dining at a restaurant where a server accidentally spills water on your table. Your initial reaction might be annoyance, thinking, "They're so careless." But if you pause and consider that they might be having a challenging day, your anger dissipates, leaving room for empathy. Letting go of judgment doesn't mean ignoring or excusing wrongdoing. It means choosing not to let others' actions dictate your emotions. You can discern right from wrong without allowing negativity to consume you. As Marcus Aurelius aptly said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. The most dignified response to harm is not anger, but composure and grace. Practicing non-judgment. How can we practice the art of non-judgment? The first step is awareness. Each time you catch yourself judging someone, pause and ask, is this thought necessary? Does it benefit me? Then, try shifting your perspective. Put yourself in their shoes and consider what challenges they might be facing that you're unaware of. Finally, remind yourself that diversity in behavior, opinions, and approaches is what makes life richer. Someone being different from you doesn't mean they are wrong, nor does it warrant your emotional energy. By cultivating non-judgment, you release yourself from unnecessary emotional turmoil, foster empathy, and embrace a calmer, more harmonious inner world. Letting go of judgment is about liberating yourself from unnecessary emotional weight. It's a conscious effort to release the need to criticize or control every situation and person you encounter, which in turn allows you to embrace a life of emotional freedom. Consider this. The next time someone irritates you, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this feeling worth the toll it's taking on my peace of mind? Often, you'll find that holding on to anger or frustration only deepens your discomfort, while shifting your perspective toward empathy and understanding can create a profound sense of relief. By viewing situations with compassion, you're not only kinder to others, you're also being kind to yourself. When anger arises, reflect on this simple question. Do I want to hold on to this negativity, or would I rather live a life rooted in freedom and peace? The choice, as always, is yours. Letting go of control, a path to true peace. When you stop judging others, you uncover a deeper truth. Much of our frustration stems from trying to force the world and the people in it to align with our expectations. The reality is that people, with all their complexities, act based on their own motivations, often beyond our understanding or control. This brings us to an important question. Do we truly need to control everything to find peace, or does peace emerge from letting go? This concept lies at the heart of Stoic philosophy. Instead of expending energy on the uncontrollable, learn to focus on what is within your power. For example, imagine you're stuck in rush hour traffic. Cars are honking and you're running late. Frustration boils over as you think, why can't people drive better? Why is this happening to me? But no amount of anger will clear the roads or change how others drive. The only thing within your control is your mindset. You can choose to let the chaos agitate you, or you can take a deep breath and accept that the situation is beyond your influence. This might sound simple, but letting go of control is a transformative practice. Consider a mother who constantly worries about her child's grades. She can encourage and support them, but she cannot take their tests or guarantee success. Or think of an employee frustrated by their boss's decisions. No amount of stress can alter their boss's behavior, but the employee can control their own performance and attitude. Negative emotions often stem from unmet expectations about things beyond our power. When reality falls short, disappointment sets in. I once worked with a passionate entrepreneur who spent years building a tech company. When the product launched to lukewarm feedback, he was consumed by frustration, blaming customers for not understanding its value and competitors for undermining him. These emotions trapped him in bitterness. During a conversation, I suggested redirecting his focus to what he could improve. This shift allowed him to refine his product and strategy, eventually leading to greater success. By letting go of what was beyond his control, he unlocked creativity and freedom. Stoicism encourages us to regularly ask ourselves, is this within my control? Am I wasting energy on something unchangeable? Is my reaction improving or worsening the situation? These questions serve as powerful tools to navigate stress and negativity. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means channeling your energy into what you can influence, your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Picture yourself rowing a boat down a river. You can't stop the current, but you can steer your boat, adjust your speed, and choose your destination. This principle also applies to relationships. We often feel frustrated when loved ones don't meet our expectations. Yet, their actions and emotions are beyond our control. Instead, focus on how you respond, the way you communicate, and the energy you bring to the relationship. In professional settings, this approach is equally valuable. Rather than stressing over office politics or the decisions of higher-ups, concentrate on excelling in your role and maintaining a positive attitude. This not only minimizes stress, but often creates better opportunities and outcomes. Practicing perspective, seeing the bigger picture. Letting go of control is closely tied to adopting a broader perspective. The Stoics excelled at this, reminding themselves of the vastness of the universe and the fleeting nature of human life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When caught up in the heat of the moment, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. A harsh comment from a colleague or a traffic jam can ruin your day if you let it. But by stepping back and asking yourself, will this matter in a week, in a year? You'll often realize the insignificance of these events in the grand scheme of things. This shift in perspective reduces the emotional weight of day-to-day annoyances. Moreover, it helps you reframe challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing difficulties as burdens, see them as chances to cultivate patience, resilience, or problem-solving skills. By embracing these practices, releasing judgment, letting go of control, and broadening your perspective, you'll find yourself moving closer to a life of peace and emotional freedom. The sixth method is to embrace and cultivate gratitude. Despite their reputation for living austere lives, the Stoics were deeply committed to the practice of gratitude. They believed that by actively appreciating what we already have, we could shield ourselves from the negative emotions that often arise from yearning for what we lack. This philosophy is encapsulated in Seneca's wisdom. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Gratitude, as practiced by the Stoics, is not merely about feeling good. It is a transformative tool that fosters resilience and contentment, even in the face of adversity. When we make a habit of focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, however small, we strengthen our ability to endure hardships with grace and poise. To incorporate this principle into your daily routine, consider starting each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for. These need not be grand or monumental. They can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a comfortable bed, or a thoughtful gesture from a friend. This seemingly small practice has the potential to shift your perspective dramatically, helping you become less reactive to anger, frustration, or dissatisfaction. Gratitude also nurtures emotional equilibrium, reminding us to focus on what we have rather than lamenting what we lack. It creates a buffer against envy, anxiety, and resentment, emotions that often cloud our judgment and disturb our peace of mind. To complement this practice, the 7th and final method invites us to embrace impermanence. The Stoics were profoundly aware of life's fleeting nature, but instead of viewing this reality with fear or despair, they used it to inspire mindfulness, detachment, and a deeper appreciation for the present. Marcus Aurelius expressed this sentiment eloquently. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This concept, often referred to as memento mori, remember you must die, is not intended to be morbid. Instead, it serves as a gentle reminder to focus on what truly matters and to let go of trivial concerns. Recognizing the impermanence of both joy and pain allows us to maintain a sense of balance and equanimity, enabling us to navigate life's highs and lows with greater ease. By practicing gratitude and accepting the impermanence of life, we cultivate a mindset that values the present moment, mitigates emotional suffering, and fosters resilience. Together, these principles offer a powerful framework for leading a life of purpose, tranquility, and fulfillment. As we conclude, I want to offer you a meaningful challenge to put these ideas into practice in a tangible way. Over the next week, choose one of the 7 Stoic methods we've discussed, whether it's embracing willingness to accept life's minor inconveniences, catching and reframing judgmental thoughts, or starting each day by cultivating gratitude, and commit to practicing it with intention and consistency. Make it a daily exercise to integrate this method into your routine, no matter how small the effort might seem. For example, if you choose gratitude, begin each morning by writing down 3 things you appreciate, whether it's the warmth of the sun on your face, a kind gesture from a friend, or simply the comfort of your bed. If you select reframing judgmental thoughts, make a conscious effort to pause whenever you find yourself criticizing someone or something, and instead approach the situation with curiosity and understanding. To deepen the impact of this challenge, keep a journal of your experiences throughout the week. Reflect on how your reactions to various situations evolve, how your emotional state shifts, and how these practices influence your interactions with others. This act of mindful observation will not only help you track your progress, but also reinforce the value of the method you've chosen. I promise that if you genuinely commit to this practice, you'll begin to notice subtle but profound changes in your life. Your ability to handle stress will improve, your relationships may become more harmonious, and you'll likely find a greater sense of calm and clarity in your daily experiences. Remember, the objective isn't to eliminate natural emotions like anger or frustration entirely. After all, these emotions are an inherent part of being human. Instead, the goal is to ensure these emotions don't dominate or control your actions, allowing you to maintain your inner balance and peace. In a world that often feels unpredictable and beyond our influence, Stoicism offers a guiding framework to help us reclaim our sense of autonomy. By practicing these methods, we gain the ability to respond to life's challenges with grace, resilience, and purpose, ultimately creating a more tranquil and fulfilling existence for ourselves and those around us. Together, these principles offer a powerful framework for leading a life of purpose, tranquility, and fulfillment. As we conclude, I want to offer you a meaningful challenge to put these ideas into practice in a tangible way. Over the next week, choose one of the 7 Stoic methods we've discussed, whether it's embracing willingness to accept life's minor inconveniences, catching and reframing judgmental thoughts, or starting each day by cultivating gratitude, and commit to practicing it with intention and consistency. Make it a daily exercise to integrate this method into your routine, no matter how small the effort might seem. For example, if you choose gratitude, begin each morning by writing down 3 things you appreciate, whether it's the warmth of the sun on your face, a kind gesture from a friend, or simply the comfort of your bed. If you select reframing judgmental thoughts, make a conscious effort to pause whenever you find yourself criticizing someone or something, and instead approach the situation with curiosity and understanding. To deepen the impact of this challenge, keep a journal of your experiences throughout the week. Reflect on how your reactions to various situations evolve, how your emotional state shifts, and how these practices influence your interactions with others. This act of mindful observation will not only help you track your progress, but also reinforce the value of the method you've chosen. I promise that if you genuinely commit to this practice, you'll begin to notice subtle but profound changes in your life. Your ability to handle stress will improve, your relationships may become more harmonious, and you'll likely find a greater sense of calm and clarity in your daily experiences. Remember, the objective isn't to eliminate natural emotions like anger or frustration entirely. After all, these emotions are an inherent part of being human. Instead, the goal is to ensure these emotions don't dominate or control your actions, allowing you to maintain your inner balance and peace. In a world that often feels unpredictable and beyond our influence, Stoicism offers a guiding framework to help us reclaim our sense of autonomy. By practicing these methods, we gain the ability to respond to life's challenges with grace, resilience, and purpose, ultimately creating a more tranquil and fulfilling existence for ourselves and those around us.